Hey everyone, welcome back to another Lunar Recap. This month, we have some pretty exciting updates, including 2 brand new types of cosmetics, a bunch of parity updates from Badlion Client, a few highly requested Skyblock features, and more. So without further ado, let's jump right into our launcher updates for this month. Starting us off, we've added 2 new updates for some of our more technical players inside of the launcher. First up, there's now support for JVM arguments across all profiles on the client. This includes the standard Lunar profiles, as well as for vanilla, modpack, and Badlion ones. Essentially, these allow you to precisely fine-tune your game's launch settings using specific variables that can be modified. Many of the most important ones are already integrated into our launcher, however, such as customizing your RAM limits and changing your startup resolution settings. But if you're a bit more savvy and are looking for more control over your game, these are now fully open. Next up, our mission control window just received a massive redesign. This includes better searching and navigation handling, as well as the ability to view older log files directly inside of mission control. Additionally, you're now able to view the Minecraft wiki directly inside of this window, as well as toggle whether you want to see the Minecraft and Skyblock wikis at all times. On top of that, if you're someone who has a habit of accidentally leaking things whenever you're streaming or screen sharing, there's now the option to hide any sensitive information that may come across your logs. And then, a long-awaited feature finally lets you import and export launcher profiles. This means if you're switching between computers often, or just want to quickly send your friends your mods, resource packs, launcher settings, and anything else tied to your profile, you can do that in just a few seconds. Now, moving on to our in-game updates this month, our resource pack preview mod, which we released just a couple months ago, has already received a few updates. To start, previews will now display the pack's heart texture, as well as the sharpness and critical particles. Additionally, it'll also cycle through textures for various items, as opposed to being completely static like it previously was. We think these changes will make this mod a bit more useful and hopefully give you a better idea of how a pack looks by simply hovering over it. Anyways, let's show off some of the more quality of life features that we just ported over from Badlion Client. There's actually too many to cover each one directly, but we'll show off some of the most notable ones. First off, there's now the option to right click on a chat message to copy it to your clipboard. Then, our zoom mod now has a new slider which lets you control the speed of your extra scroll wheel zooms. And then finally, our nick hider mod now lets you hide your Hypixel lobby ID inside of the scoreboard to help combat stream snipers just a bit more. But of course, there's still many features inside of this update, so make sure to check out our changelogs for the full list if you're interested. Now, before we move on to our Skyblock updates for this month, let's quickly show off a massive performance improvement that just made its way into the client. This change is mainly targeted towards improving speeds when rendering some of our heavier cosmetics, such as suits, pets, and pretty much any other cosmetic that has animations or particles. Unfortunately, this change doesn't yield any improvements for our macOS players due to a lack of support for OpenGL 4.3 on those devices. However, anyone playing on a Windows system with a graphics card made within the past 15 years or so should see some benefits from this change, and on screen now is an FPS comparison from before and after. With that out of the way, let's show off some of our Skyblock updates that the team has cooked up over the past month. To start us off, we've just added the ability to view auction house and bazaar data whenever you hover over an item. This means you can quickly know how much your items are worth just by looking at their tooltip, as well as view some extra info such as the item's bazaar volume. And then, there's now the ability to add custom shortcuts inside of your inventory. To get started, make sure you set up a keybind to open up the editor for these, as they'll be handled separately outside of the mod option itself. From there, open up the editor and add your first button. Now, just position it wherever you'd like it to appear inside of your inventory. After it's looking all good, you'll want to hover over the button you just made and click on the settings button right next to it. This will open up a new menu where you can customize nearly everything about the button, from how it physically looks to what message is displayed whenever you hover over it. And of course, you can change the command that's run whenever you actually click it from inside of this menu as well. We've also included every single Skyblock and vanilla item to display as your icon, so you shouldn't have to worry about not being able to find the right one that best represents your shortcut. Both of these features have been super popular among many Skyblock players, and we're excited to finally be able to bring them to Lunar Client. Now, let's talk about cosmetics. This month, the team has been cooking up 2 new types of cosmetics for players to enjoy and express themselves with. The first actually debuted in our gift gauntlet event, which should have gone live right before we put out this recap, but more on that in just a minute. Of course, we're talking about companions. These are a brand new type of cosmetic, which are similar to our pets cosmetic, but will follow you around almost like regular animals in vanilla Minecraft. On screen now is our first ever companion, Kiln, and he's actually not as scary as he seems. He'll follow you around and chill right beside you whenever you stop moving. We're excited to be able to give players some new buddies in game, but now let's show off our next cosmetic, which lets you directly express yourself on the map. that being with sprays. Sprays are the first cosmetic we've worked on which aren't directly tied to your player. If you aren't familiar with them in some other games, these let you mark an image on almost any surface or block in the game and can be seen by any player on the client. Of course, if you ever need to turn off sprays, you can do so in our settings. But they can be super fun to taunt your friends with, or if you just want to feel like a professional graffiti artist. The team is super happy to give some new cosmetic options to you all. While they haven't been included in any releases on the store just yet, we'll be announcing some future ways that you can earn some companions and sprays very soon, such as our next section of the recap. Gift Gauntlet. In case you missed our first event in July, or you're just trying out the client for the first time, the Gift Gauntlet is a special event where players are rewarded for giving out cosmetics to other players. Each gift milestone features a permanent cosmetic that you can unlock, some of which being fully exclusive to this event. On top of that, anyone who places between 25th place all the way down to first on our leaderboards will earn limited edition cosmetics for placing on the leaderboards. This ranges from a special cloak to a fully custom one-of-one cosmetic set designed by you. All of the exact rewards are being shown on screen now, and we can't wait to see who the champions of this event are at the end of December. But let's not forget to mention that along with the other cosmetics being a part of the first place set, the winner will get to design their very own companion. This will be the first ever companion that we've given out on the client, and the winner can design it just how they want. As of the posting of this recap, the gauntlet should be out, and you should be able to request any cosmetic available on our shop. So good luck to everyone who competes, and we hope to see you get some sweet cosmetics. Now, before we move on to our final few updates for this month, let's stay in line with talking about our store and mention a new way to check out on the Lunar Client website that just released. Now, using coins, you can purchase almost anything in our store with a few exceptions, and even earn discounts while spending them, as well as some bonus coins when purchasing them for the first time. Coins stay on your account after purchasing them permanently, so you don't have to worry about your hard-earned doubloons vanishing away. On top of that, with the holiday season rapidly approaching, coins make the perfect gift for anyone who plays Minecraft, as they'll be able to spend them on exactly what best suits them on our store. Anyways, before we close out all of our updates for this month, our Rewind mod just received a few changes, so let's cover them real quick. To start, you can now directly export screenshots or frames from your timeline, which you can then directly edit inside of a photo editing program or simply send them to your friends. Then, we've also added the option to change which input device you've selected whenever you're recording directly inside of Rewind. And to wrap up our Rewind updates, we've also just published a tutorial on how to get started using Rewind. So if you've seen anyone using the mod, but you aren't fully sure on how it works, this video can act like a great resource for you to learn some of the basics before fully diving into it. And then to wrap up this month's recap, we of course have to show off the November collection for this year, featuring 35 different cosmetics, which are all being shown on screen now. From a ton of different autumn pets to even a big bushy turkey tail, this collection will get you into that fall spirit right before we move into winter. Anyways, that's gonna do it for this month's Lunar recap. Thank you all for sticking to the end, and of course, if you have any questions about a new update or want to suggest a feature to be added to the client, drop a comment down below or let us know by joining our Discord. That's all from me, and we'll see you next month for some even bigger updates.